Perfect. Okay. All right. Let's talk about Slack today. So, from chaos to clarity, master Slack basics and work smartly. Okay. Thanks to Akshay and Slack Committee Noida for organizing this session. So, let's quickly dive into this. So, what exactly it's Slack, navigating the interface, find and start conversation, accelerate productivity, and work in Slack. So this is what we are going to discuss today. So think of it as we all use communications tools in our day-to-day life, and you have seen WhatsApp, you have seen Instagram. So that's like a personal communication tool. But when it comes to professional, org for the organization, or you must be working somewhere, or you might have heard about companies, so they use tools like Slack for having the internal communications. Not just internal, you can also have external communications as well. Just let's just say me and Akshay work for a company, and there are clients that we have outside the company, so we can bring them on board as well as an external guest. So that's where Slack is placed on. Okay. What is Slack? It's the full form, like searchable logs for all your communication and knowledge. That's what Slack is. And really interesting. I mean, you have all your communication and information available in one place. So as we go through the slides, I'll also show you how the interface looks like. Okay. So it's that the mission of Slack is to make the communication simpler, more pleasant, and more productive, so that we all can save some time. And there have been innovations that has been introduced recently. AI Slack bot has also been introduced, but since my audience is really fresh and new to this, so I'll just keep it very basic for now. So it's your AI productivity platform, bringing automation, knowledge, and collaboration together. Okay, this is a typical tech stack, or you can say where you are placing exactly Slack. So, if you are new to Slack, you might have heard about Salesforce in quite a while. So, there are different Salesforce products, and since Slack comes into the umbrella of Salesforce, so it's like a native tool for Salesforce companies who are leveraging, who are working as a consultancy firms, as a product companies. So they all are leveraging Slack for their internal communication. So this is just a very high level image to give you an idea how companies are placing their products and Slack together. Okay, so it's an open and extensible platform, so you can sync it with Zoom, ChatGPT, Microsoft, Workday.
Gaurav, I guess like your mic is muted.
Is it muted
Yeah,
right now,
yeah,
or
yeah.
it was
No, no,
muted
no.
all
It was,
along?
no, no. It just got like for last 20 seconds, I guess.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
My bad. Glad, thanks. Okay. All right. So I'll continue. My bad. Again, you see at the very low that Slack is at the core of this productivity platform. And you see, if you think of a scenario where you are working in an organization, you have different tools that are you are using. So you are switching from one tool to another tool, having conversation, checking your calendars. It could be your Google Calendar, or it could be any other tool that you are using. So think it that way. And let's just say you are planning that you can integrate all that stuff to your Slack itself, so that you don't have to context switch. Context switch means that even when I'm having a communication, there is a knowledge base available outside where I have to go look for information, then again control tabs, switch the tabs, go back and forth. So Slack is at the core, so you can integrate any other tool that you are leveraging in your organization, which makes it easier. So If you are having an upcoming meeting, you will receive a notification in your Slack instance. Okay, so that's where you can think of a very basic use case. If you want to scale it, so you can think whatever idea comes in your head, that is probably possible now with Slack. Okay, so we will just take it slow by slow. Okay, my bad. This is 330. It's 38%. Okay, some of the slides I think got misarranged. So the goal here is to improve the team performance in every line of business. So we took an example previously. So now let's take a scenario. You're working for a company who are doing sales. You're selling any product that you can think of. Okay, and it could be like let's take an example. You're selling shoes. Okay, very basic. And how you are interacting with your internal team. So somebody called you, somebody reached out on email, somebody created a case. All that information is coming to you in one place. Okay, so your sales team can focus actually on selling the product rather than doing the context switching and finding information here and there. So it can boost your sales productivity, increase service efficiency, amplify marketing impact, and transform IT delivery. Very practical example. So whenever you join a new organization, what happens? You are supposed to get a laptop, or there is an IT team you have to interact with. Okay, so whenever these people interacting with you, there are channels that how they will be communicating. Okay, so from there they could reach out to you directly on a channel. They can reach out to you directly through DMs. That's the way you can think how IT industry can leverage this tool. Okay, just a second. Okay, all right. So just a very high level scenarios here. Okay, we will go to the tool once we start seeing what are nits and bits, like how you can navigate through the slacks. Okay, so let's unlock the productivity. Now we will see Slack. So I'll just quickly stop sharing and I'll share my screen again so that we can, while we are discussing, we can also see the interface. All right, perfect.
Meanwhile, guys, if you have any question, feel free to unmute yourself and ask your question directly to Gaurav.
Yeah, let's
I
make it a
mean, this
conversation.
session is for you, and maybe like we'll learn something new from you also, from your question.
Yep, true.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just see the magic of Slack. So this is what typical interface looks like. Okay, and I'll be switching back and forth. So I do have a playground setup so that where we can see things actually in real instance how it looks like. So it's one is here is your primary area. So here you can see your channels, your direct messages, and I mean all click and navigate functionalities are available here. So as I mentioned earlier, you can integrate your calendars. So if you have any integrations available, you can see your applications as well. And if not, just like App Exchange, Slack has its own app store. So you can maybe find applications there, and that you can download, embed, and increase productivity at your end. Sorry. All right. So I mean, it gives you an idea. It's a sidebar. We have search functionality. Huddle. Huddle is like a quick call. So let's just say me and Akshay want to connect for a quick call and discuss something. We can set up a huddle, and these huddle can be done for the channels as well. So you see this huddle icon. If I click on this, it will start a quick huddle. I mean, it's asking for permissions, but you get the idea. If I start a huddle, it's a quick call for the channel itself. Okay. Just a second. No, allow. Okay. I mean, it wants access because you're starting a huddle. Okay. So that's one thing. Then you have your direct messages, your channels, all activity tracking is available here. So if something notifications are going back and forth, you can see that. Let me see if I can open one more workspace where I can give you a more idea. Okay, yeah. So this is something. This is an initiative ran by Shreya. So this is where we help new trailblazers to go up and running. So you see, this is much more, better to show you guys. So these are all the people who are added in this particular workspace. So understand this hierarchy. uh, you are like working on a project, okay, and a new client is onboarded for the project. So what you did, you decided to create a channel so that all the people who are working on that project, your particularly your team, you can have that team organized in one place. That's what we call channel. So what we can do is we can just simply go here, as you can see on the home. You can just click and you can create a channel. Okay, let's just say we let's do Optimus Prime. Okay, so we created a channel. And now next step would be to, how do I want this channel to be? Okay, public means anyone in my workspace or my organization will be able to see this. Private, that means I can invite people in this particular workspace. So in this scenario, you can see these are public channels. So general and each one, these are like public channels. There are like 131 members in this. So everybody in that workspace, by workspace mean trailblazer chain. So this is how typically the hierarchy works. When you set up Slack, you set up a workspace. Workspace could be your company. Then under your workspace, you can create channels. You can create private, public channels, okay, based on the requirements that you are facing. So in this, you can see there's a project gizmo, and we just created one, which is Optimus Prime. So let's just create public. Okay, so anybody in the channel can see it. And if I plan to add Akshay, I mean, it's not gonna come here. It's like, you know, basic plan. So I can skip for now. My channel is created. I can invite teammates. I can either, so name or email means if my company people who all are available in the workspace, I can simply type their name and add them to this particular channel. If not, if I want to invite them, I can simply put in their email and they will receive an invite at their end. Okay, so maybe I'm not sure, I'm already part of this workspace, so it won't allow me, but this is how typically you can add people. Okay, now your team can collaborate here. You can create canvas. So we will come to canvas, but how this is like the basic approach. So whenever you want to communicate, you can simply create a channel. Okay, then okay, the section I've covered, let's just scroll through these parts. So activity, I said. So again, wherever you are tagged, wherever there were some conversation happened around this. Okay, so you can find it there. There are direct messages. You can directly navigate to this. The home button is where you see this sidebar. Okay, I I'm not sure if we have Slack bot. No, we don't. Okay, so again, it's your particular AI assistant based on your workspace. So if there is something that you want to find in your workspace, because again, your team could have be having multiple conversation. Even you yourself could be having multiple conversation. But sometimes you try to remember, yeah, where was this information? You had a discussion, but you're not able to find it. Okay, Slackbot can actually scan your entire workspace, and it's workspace specific, so your data is completely secure. You don't have to worry about that. So it's like your best friend who knows everything and help you find information from anywhere. Okay, then you have files. So let's just say that there are attachments that has happened, or attachment in sense that you're working on a project. There are documents that you can attach to a channel. Okay, so let me try if it's possible. So if I upload any documents, it will be available in the file section, and even Slackbot can find these files for you. Okay, then we have canvases. So before I go to canvas, let's just say, yeah, this is the last thing. where your personal profile can be edited. So you want to create an avatar, you want to put up a status, you can set yourself away. How do you want your profile look like? If there are any preferences, you know, preferences, you see, how do you want to be notified? If you have something on priority, you can set it up. You can schedule things. You can, I mean, it's highly customizable to increase productivity. So you can focus on the things which you are actually working on, and you can minimize the noise. I mean, something, there are conversation where you are involved but you are not contributing, so you can, it's you know you can edit things based on how you want to be protected. Okay. VIP, again, you want notifications from some people like your manager, that whenever my manager messages me, I can see it on priority. So create them in a VIP. Then you have navigation. You can always edit these. How do you want to? Your home section, what information, how do you want to structure it? Settings like that. Appearance, I mean, you want to play with colors? You can do that. You can change the appearance like that. So it's like a little bit of fun game to do it. And you can put up custom themes as well if you have any brand guidelines that you have to focus. Okay, that is also possible. Then you have, let's just save it. Okay. Then you have theme, how theme you want. You can want compact, you want clean. So how do you want names to be displayed, like this or like this? So for example, in this channel, where was it? Yeah. Okay. In this channel, if we open up any conversation, let's just say this one. So this is coming as a full name, how things are coming. You can edit everything. You want first name, last name, all that information is completely possible. And if I'm updating preferences, I'm doing it for my look and feel. Okay, it's not going for the entire workspace. For the entire workspace changes, you have to have an admin access to do that, and we can do that in our Optimus Prime channel, because here we are the admins. You see, I do not see the admin bar here because I'm not the admin, but here you have all the settings available. How do you want to manage your workspace? Okay, so that is something which will take you to other page. So it's just more technical side, but first we will just focus on the basics. Okay, so I'll move next to my slide. Okay, find and start conversations. So as I mentioned, you have channels, okay, where your conversations happen. Then you have direct messages where you can interact one to one with the people. So why channels? You have faster collaboration. Your team is more focused, more aligned, and more human. Okay. There are three types of channels. So we saw public, we saw private, but there is one where which channel is shared externally. So let's take an example. You're working on a project where you want the client to be in the loop of the entire conversation. Sorry. So what you can do is, whenever you are creating a channel, you put up a name for it. Okay. So if, let's just say, I create one where I want to include external people, so I will put ext for my understanding that, okay, in this particular channel the client is involved, so I have to make sure that the conversation is aligned with the project. No, I would say, no private conversations, no bitching around in in these channels. So I could just create one external, ECME, something like that, set it up. Uh, I want it to be private. Okay, so the people that I invite will only be part of this channel. Otherwise, they will be not. Okay, so that's the way of having channels. So you see, it satisfies all your use cases. Public channels, you can think about your IT desk. If there are feedbacks, if there is something where you want to inform the entire organization. So fun part, if companies decides to give you a leave, they will have an announcement channel. So your public channels could be announcement channels. Then private channels could be your project related channels. So you have sales team, service team, marketing team. So for these teams, you can create individual private channels, so where they can collaborate. In that manner, I'm a part of sales team, so I will be able to see my sales channel. If Akshay is part of service team, he will be only able to see service channel. We will not be able to see each other's channels. Okay, so that's like a private channels. All right. Yep, like I mentioned, for anyone to access, for discussing a confidential project with sensitive information, and then for working in Slack with people outside your company. Okay. All right. So, I mean, if you guys want to try, you can go ahead on slack.com, sign in, create a channel you can set up. It's a free version. Okay. So you can play around there, how things are working, write a message, send it. That is completely possible. So, uh, let's just say in Optimus Prime, if I add the rate. So, as of now, I am just the person in this particular channel. Okay, at the rate here I can notify every online member in this channel, and at the rate channel I can notify everyone in this particular channel. Okay, so I can add the rate myself. I mean, I'm not mad, I'm just talking to myself. So that's the way you can start sending messages to yourself. Okay, then you have search bar, look for a keyword like journals, surrounds and social, select the channel. Okay, so this is the search bar which is available, and I can search channels here, I can search people here, I can search information here. Okay, so general is one of the channel where all the information comes around. So this is like more of an announcement channel. As we discussed public channels earlier, there are no files attached, I think, but yeah, I mean, there are some photos and videos which are uploaded, so you see that in the files channel. And then yeah, untitled. So there is no. We will come to Canvas. Okay. So search bar is there to find information. Your Slack bot is there to find yourself information. Okay. Uh, so how the science looks like? You see channels with an hashtag, DMs with the icon. You see most often it's channels, and autonomously it's search and join. Okay. So you can start conversation. Now accelerate productivity. Till now we discussed how basic interface looks like. Okay, and and you can think in your head, if you are working on a project, you must be collaborating, you have having conversation with your team. There would be things where you think it could be improved. It's all about information that I personally deal with, because if you have an entire workspace, the information is scattered across your channels, your private conversations. That's where I find myself spending most of my time when I'm working. So how we can increase productivity, save some time there. Okay, so you can uh, directly call out somebody by at the rate mention. You can react to the messages to save time, and you can create threads. Okay, so by thread, let's just say okay, coming back to this. So there is something which I want to discuss, but I don't want to expand the chat. So what I can do is I can simply reply in thread. So what happens here? All the information. Hi, hello. Let's do it at 10. So you see, if I close this, so this becomes a embedded conversation. I'm not interrupting the entire channel, because it will create a series of messages if I start texting here. Okay, so it will cause problem and interruptions.
And Gaurav, just to add something, like there is a feature uh, in which we can summarize our chat. If we do the texting like how the Gaurav has mentioned, we can easily summarize our chat, and that will be pretty easy us to take the notes.
Yep. I wish we had a Slack bot, but it's
I
paid
can I
tool.
can show like later. I
Mm.
can show like the Slack
Yeah.
bot
Okay.
over there in the like just next to the, yeah, this is the Slack bot we have. Okay,
We
This
can
is the free version. Yeah,
yes, we can show you at the end of the session how Slack bot actually works. So if you can get it ready at your end, meanwhile I'll cover the basics.
absolutely. Yeah,
Okay, cool. So like Akshay mentioned, Slack bot is like your best friend. So we will see those features. Akshay will show you at the end. Since this was targeted to show you very basics, so I created a trial version, you can say, of a workspace to show you how things works. So as I was talking about threads, then you have reactions. Sometimes you really don't want to, you know, type. You can just put up a, I would say, reaction to it. Okay, I have acknowledged. You can put in this. You can say nicely done, and there are bunch of reactions available for you. Bunch, really, and even you can have Slackbot emojis for your team. So if you are thinking that you can create emoji for your image, that is possible. So this is this is imposed to save you some time. Like, okay, I have acknowledged what message you have sent. So sometimes you really don't want to respond, and if I made an announcement in a channel and I have asked like you can react to this message to acknowledge that you have read it. So you can just simply put up a reaction, and the other person is aware like, okay, my messages have been reached to the team, and everybody is aware what's going to happen. So that was at the rate mentions, you have reactions, and then you have threads. Okay. Yeah, we just saw. I'll just skip this part. You can include emojis, everything. Uh, yeah, you can also create emojis based on your organization. Okay. Eyes means I am looking into this. Heavy check mark. I have taken care of it. Bow means thank you. Plus means I agree. Point up means this had been posted earlier in this channel. So you can create that definition in your organization so that everybody is aware of what action has been taken. Threads, as we saw, threads keeping conversation clean and sane. Okay. So you can simply directly have that conversation in a particular thread without interacting in the channel. Right. Yeah. I mean, if you want, you can try it out in a trial version, and it's very interesting to use this. Now, moving projects into channels. Okay. So that is where I'll talk about Canvas. Previously, we have information scattered around. There are documents available somewhere else. You have to find information by doing context switching. That means you are navigating from different tools. So somebody texted you, you are going to some other platform to find, okay, this is what has been done. Then you are coming back to Slack and responding. So with Slack, you can have everything integrated and aligned. Okay, we could have one more session around how exactly organizations are leveraging Slack to show you how things are being integrated and how it interacts with Salesforce. We will keep this basic so that people are initially aware how this tool is actually leveraged. Okay, without Slack, like this image shows you how many tools are running around you. Okay, so you are just switching from one tool to another tool to find information. Okay, and this is typically a satellite view of an entire enterprise ecosystem. So you're having conversation, there is a Gmail, WhatsApp, iMessages, you have OneDrive, Zoho, Zoom, Salesforce, everything is here and there, scattered around. Okay, so what Slack does is it solves your problem. You can bring all these tools together in your workspace. It's like you can invite them, they will come, and whatever conversation is happening or actions or anything that is happening in these tools, you will be notified in Slack itself. Okay, so it's a place where systems, applications, and communities try to collaborate together. Okay, so it's like a typical flow. It's an organization to show you how people are interacting. These are the people Sarah works with. Sarah sends an email to Matt. Matt forwards that email to Harry. Then Jagdeep learns about the information in a weekly meeting. So you see, it's going back and forth. Okay, and then silos of information are making working it difficult. The information is flowing from one person to another person. Let's just say Sarah, at the first instant itself, could have posted it in the channel so that everybody would have been aware about what's happening. Okay, there is no common place for this information to come together. Now you have workflows to work faster in Slack. Okay, so you can create a channel, add key information, add your teammate, and coordinate tasks. Okay, so workflow in a layman terms, think about that you are an employee. Okay, you just got onboarded, so there is a checklist and there are items that you have to provide. So it could be documentation that you have to upload. It could be your bank account number, your contact number, your email. So what you can do is you can't manually reach out to everybody, so you can add them to onboarding channel, and you can create a workflow where you will have questions, then you have will have answers. So you have question, then there is a field available to put answer into it, and you with that workflow you can you know ask the employee to put up the information. You don't have to manually intervene yourself. So the IT hiring manager is saving time in that scenario, and your employee have a guided approach to automatically provide information. Okay, so they can simply click on the workflow, enter the workflow, and workflow will give you guide steps. Like, okay, this information you have to provide. Typically, in your head, you can think about scenarios which you can automate. It's possible with workflows. Okay, so again, we saw how we can create a channel, we added information. Now let's come to the canvas. So think about that you have a team of 10 to 15 people, and there one meeting happened. So very first meeting of the project happened, and all that in that meeting there were like only two or three people from the leadership team. For us, rest of the people, to be aware what exactly are we are going to do in this particular project. So this is canvas, and again, in your head, canvas means a blank page where you can put in anything. It's just like that. Okay, so either you can bring canvas from other, you can create a blank, or you can start with a template. So first you can see it's a blank that I'm trying to create a canvas as a blank, and then I can create again more canvases, but I have to buy a pro version. So yeah, so what happens is, let's just add a cover. Okay, and my canvas title is project information. Okay, and now I can put up documentation, I can upload files here, I can create checklist. Okay, I can embed table in this. So this is aimed to provide information around projects to the people. Now, for the rest of us who are not aware what is happening, I can simply go to the channel, find that information in the canvas, what has been discussed, what is something information that I'm looking for. I can upload files. So it becomes a common area where people can interact. Okay, and let's just say I decided to remove this because we will see one more scenario. So I can add existing canvas, so I can find, so I just created project information. This is an existing, this is another one. Now imagine you can use templates. Okay, so you can find templates. You see, I was talking about onboarding. So somebody got onboarded, they can come to this canvas, welcome, name, so whomsoever was onboarded, your first week's task. So this is like a standard template. Your onboarding buddies, the channels you have to join. You can start a workflow to join all the channels, read about culture. Okay, so this is one scenario. You can send monthly newsletter. So you also have pre-built templates available. Okay, employer benefits. You want to be aware when I have the holidays, what benefits I have. You can create a canvas for that. If there's a product brief, there's a technical specification. Okay, marketing outline. So there are plenty of templates to help you out. I'm just here to give you an idea. You can just click use template, and it will come up to your canvas. Why did not came yet? Okay, let's see. It will come up eventually. So that is where you can use canvases to put in information. Okay. Yeah. Add information your canvas. Then you can add teammates. All right. Coordinate and execute tasks. Then your collaboration begins. Your information is available. Everybody in the team is available in a single place. You can have conversation. They have canvases. You have workflows. Just to give you a very basic idea how things are going to be coming together. Again, you can create polls to see where you want to go. I mean, my personal approach would be I create one internal channel and I feel hungry around 5 to 7. So I can put up emojis like, okay, samosa, kachori, what do you want for beverage? And then I can take a poll from people. So that's somewhere you can leverage for your private conversations as well. Then you have workflow where using the workflow builder, I can show you. Okay, it's paid feature. Okay, all right. Do I have workflow? I think it should not be working. Yeah. So even for the workflows, you have templates available. Schedule a message, cracking. Think about a scenario. There is an external tool that you have integrated with Slack, and any action happening in that tool should notify you. So think about you are using a lead enrichment software which is outside your system. Something happened on that lead, like customer responded or your sales team reached out and there was a feedback. So you can quickly create a workflow. Anything happens from there, you get notified in your Slack instance, and from the Slack itself you can take an action and which will be updated in your Salesforce instance. So that is possible. Okay, now Salesforce Slack can work in sync. Current date, we have a lot of features that had made our lives a lot easier. But for the people who are new, you can think of a scenario and there could be a workflow you can set up around it. Okay, templates are available, so I can see. Yeah, so you can set up a workflow where you want to request for leave. So what happens is you kind of it sees like flow in Salesforce, if you are aware. But so if this is what typically looks like, I put up a form. Okay, and then next step I need to see answers from them. So request a title, who is your manager, what is the start date, end date, notes. Okay, then you get a direct message, because once you add your manager should be notified. Okay, so this person is requesting PTO, please approve or deny. Dates requested, notes, answer to notes. Okay, and then approve or denied. So now he have to take action, and then if I applied a PTO, I will be notified that has reviewed your PTO and marked it as approve or deny PTO request. Okay, you can insert variable. It could look like Salesforce flow. It's similar. Okay, very similar. If you have experience working on it, it will be much easier for you to do this. Otherwise, not. It's pretty easy. I mean, you just have to call variables that are being used, and you can leverage workflows there. And you have templates available. Yeah, I can't publish a workflow in this because it will create troubles for me. But you can have create forms. You can set up workflows any way possible. Okay, so that's where workflow is there to save the day. And then everything is set up. You can start having conversation. You can start working on your projects. Okay, all right, we just saw. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is like very basic I wanted to cover around this. Okay, and on the interface side, I think I've covered almost everything, because if I am going to go into details of setting up the workspace, It's gonna take another 1 hour. Okay, but you can see, you can manage your Salesforce instances. You can manage agent force, so you can create agents in Salesforce, and you can call them here. You can manage your members. You can see your analytics, and you can manage your applications and workflows. Okay, if you want, you can try. Go on, set up a trial version, and it's very easier, and start having conversation. I mean, it's just like WhatsApp groups. You have conversation, but in the professional environments. Okay, I can take up questions now, and you can uh, feel free to unmute yourself while Akshay can set up a Slack bot to show you how things will look like with an AI agent around this. Okay. Any questions, guys? You can go ahead, unmute yourself. Let's have a conversation. There are not too many people. Oh, wow. Awesome.
Okay, thanks Gaurav for the wonderful session. Meanwhile, let me share my screen and show some of the features of this Slackbot. Actually, I have the enterprise grade edition.
Rich
So
people.
I guess like most of the features of this Slackbot are enabled for me. Just give me a moment.
Yeah. And guys who joined later. So Akshay, I have pinned a message in this chat. So what you can do is, you can take screenshots from this session, go on LinkedIn, tag those people, give those hashtags, and share your learnings for today, and you will be eligible for a Slack draw. So you will be getting some swags out of this. Okay. So
Uh,
there are
yeah.
some Azim swags available, and I will say go for it. Akshay is there, and since we just have 8 people, I mean, excluding us, there are 6, so it increases chances for uh, for you winning a swag. So go for it, publish on LinkedIn, and let the world know. Over to you.
Yeah. So I hope my screen is visible. This is the uh, Gaurav. Can you confirm?
Yep.
Okay. So guys, this is the newest edition in the Slack, which is known as the Slackbot AI. You'll click on the Slack bot, you'll get certain options like click on the discover, you'll get some of the question. You can click by clicking on the create, you can create canvas, create a list, click on the find, you can find any conversation in the channel in which you are part of, and you can have the option of brainstorm. So what I'll do is like I have connected my Gmail to my Slack. Let me see if the Slack bot is able to find my mails. Can you fetch my and see like how this Slack bot works? So currently, the Slack bot is reading my emails. So I have not received any emails for 9th of May. Let me change the prompt to like yesterday. Slackbot is also reading my email and giving me a summarized view of like what has happened in my email address, like what is being shared through the email. Okay. Next, like we can click on the three buttons. We can either open this conversation to a new tab or remove this Slack bot. From the more conversation, I can either uh, choose this conversation to my favorite conversation and open to a new window. Let me give an example of how we can leverage this Slack bot again. I'll click to close this Slack bot. Okay. By clicking on the pencil icon, I can start a new conversation. So the interface has changed recently. So let me, what I'll do, I want to create a canvas. Uh, so the Slack bot is reading the conversation. He's asking me what should be the canvas title. It is more similar or smarter than ChatGPT or Claude. So I need to give the title for the Canva. Okay. Uh, this is also giving me a suggestion what should be included in the Canva. So if you see, like, the Slack bot is fetching several people which are part of my Slack workspace. So this is like my canvas is ready in no time. This is the link to my Canva. And if you see, like, this is how smartly, not wasting much time, my canvas is ready. And this is like one of the power of, like, how we can use the Slack bot in Slack. So, like, there are like several use case of the Slack bot, but with the interest of time, we'll basically plan another session on the Slack bot. And like we can wrap this up, I guess. In case you guys have any question, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask.
Yep, interesting. So that's like your best friend. You can ask him to do anything, and Slackbot is makes your life a much more easier. So
Absolutely. Even like one of the use cases, Gaurav, I have came across is like I can read my Salesforce record by integrating the Salesforce in the Slack,
yes,
and like later on, like we can also update and create records through Slack into the Salesforce.
that's the part where we need to spend 1 more hour to show them.
Absolutely.
Your teams can interact with Slack and Salesforce all together, so you don't have to do Control Tab. Slack, you can bring Salesforce in Slack. You can bring Slack into Salesforce. So that is now
Absolutely.
possible. Awesome. I mean,
So, guys,
we are almost at the time.
absolutely, absolutely, guys. Feel free to reach out if you guys still have any questions. Let me post Gaurav's LinkedIn account over here and mine also.
You can also ping us with suggestions. What would you like to see next based on today's session? You want Slack bot? You want to see us to set up, integrate any tool in there? You want to see anything around development? But you can go ahead and join Slack Community Noida chapter, and you will be updated about any upcoming sessions. Okay, alrighty, and I hope you guys are aware. If you post on LinkedIn, Akshay will send you a gift, some really cool Slack swag.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you so much, Gaurav, for like speaking and enlightening us with the Slack use cases. And I guess like in the coming months, the Salesforce is also using Slack as their like one of the tools in the headless 360.
Yes.
So I guess this is the right time to learn about the Slack. And yeah, thanks everyone for joining our session. It has been a lazy Saturday morning, and we'll all be like pretty much sleepy around this time.
Yeah, it's hot out there, so I'm assuming I'm assuming you might gonna go back to sleep after this session, but I appreciate you guys coming up this early to attend this. Means a lot for us, and that's what keeps us going. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great weekend, guys. Thank you.